Up. Alexander says, I read somewhere that we should have 100 to 200 properties linked to our YouTube account to get a real boost on video syndicated through IFTTT. I'm beginning on video SEO now and loving the speed and just got a little bit confused about it. Well, it depends, Alexander. My most powerful networks have over 200 properties because generally for anything that I'm going to, like any industry or niche that I'm going to be serious about, I start off with a minimum of 3 two-tier networks. And that's just because, we have the infrastructure and, the building team and everything. It's simple for me to just say, look, I need 3 full two-tier networks. And a week later, I've got them, And so those, if I'm going to be like real serious about something, and remember, guys, a full two-tier network is anywhere between 80 to 90 properties, right? So you're even at 80 at the low end of it, we're looking at 240 properties if you've got 3 full two-tier networks. So that is true in that my most powerful networks are generally in that range or so. But I know I have some syndication networks that are just tier 1 that have been powered up and have had consistent posting over time, and they've just gotten powerful because of that, because they're all themed really well and they've got history. So it really just depends. I mean, if you're starting off with newer networks that aren't themed or don't have a lot of life and history to them, if that makes sense, then what you want to, then you can add more networks, which would be more syndication points, or you can power them up with links and other various things that you can do to power up the networks. You can do one or the other. If you're starting off, probably right off the bat, you're going to get faster results with more syndication points. But over the long run, it's actually better, in my opinion, to power up existing networks because that helps the video ranks, whatever results the networks provide by syndicating to them. It helps to help keep those results to stick better. Does that make sense? So in other words, the more syndication points you add to a network, the faster the results typically are. But if it's new, then the results can slip rather quickly as well, meaning you get initial really good results, but then they'll start to drop. And obviously it's going to depend on many, many other variables, guys. But I'm saying just on the way that my data has trended, it shows that. And so that's why if you have a powered up network, typically the results that the syndication provides will stick for longer, right? And so way back when we had the first version of Syndication Academy out, I mentioned that because I mentioned that for example, you could stack multiple tier 1 networks, first tier networks, to a YouTube channel, and you get faster ranking results that way than using 2-tier networks. So what I'm saying is, let's say you had 10 single ring tier 1 networks that you wanted to attach to one YouTube channel, right? So that'd be essentially like 200 properties, right? Roughly 200 properties. That's going to get you really fast results. But a lot of the times those results will start to slip somewhat quickly. It would be better, instead of having 10 tier 1 networks, it would be better to say, let's say you had 3 full 2-tier networks, which would be 12 networks. But the 2-tier networks tend to help the video rankings to stick longer. And that's been something that I've noticed for years. So again, with my own data, if I can theme a network and power it up with links and then continue to publish to that, it seems to get a lot stronger, whether you have more and more syndication properties or not. So at some point, there's it's like a level of diminishing returns, right? Once you cross that point, it's really unnecessary to add additional syndication points. I think it's better to power up what you already have, if that makes sense. Okay. Anyways, you can play around with that, but yeah, I mean, obviously, if you're just starting off with new networks, more is better. More points are better.